So yeah, for some reason my headphones aren't working. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna let Brandon Garden and Charles Davis take this one. So yeah, peace.
Here are all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select to scout this player and unlock his best skill. Use this each skill unlock will cost you scouting points. Unlock this player's true skill ranking to see if he's a diamond. You just found a diamond in the rough. Other teams will undervalue. These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them so you don't lose them next season. Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man back for a 15th NFL season. Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants face off with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. It's
they're still, but they've.
Okay, hold up, guys. I'm just gonna do something real quick. I'll be right back. Peace.
the visiting Giants. They, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. It'll be the now 37-year-old quarterback calling the shots in his 15th season at the helm of the Giants, Eli Manning.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On second down, here's Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office and the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
A first down carry for Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo?
Yeah, wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-Men. On first down, Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing is Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Manning to throw on second down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now Stewart on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now, because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him. Because
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding them to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to bring him down, for a loss of 7.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing on third down, Watson able to shake him off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career. You're saying that's going into the trophy case? I'd put it there. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, you got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. And we just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays no matter how you get him the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the off.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are in for 6. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Eli Manning and company getting set here as they head back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. Allen couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's not a bad idea. Set up in the gun. Send a bunch of guys out wide and let the defense think you're going to try and put one in the end zone. But here, the draw play just gets bottled up from the start, and he'll wind up losing yardage.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Manning now to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Looking for Shepard deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Watson now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Watson. Drops it to Blue. Complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the pickup. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson looks to throw again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now we're going to get a time as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Now a signal and a timeout call. as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
One final try now for Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. A third down situation coming up in the third quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that third down into fourth. On third down, Barkley. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So here's the situation. The football in the red zone for the offense. Second down and 1. On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So above 2 minutes remaining, fourth quarter, and this offense in desperate need of finding points. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. He'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Manning now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love...
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory. So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now.